time. You know, if that happens again, somebody's going to have some serious explaining to do, because this is getting more and more broken. And it's not like I can just fuck off to fucking, like, Twitch, because Twitch is a broken piece of shit. Like, only idiots use Twitch. It's weird how people who go over there, I think I've said before, how, like, they change. They're not the same anymore when they've been on Twitch for a while. It's really odd. As you probably gather, this isn't coming out of the VGA card, because this game uses, I don't know what the fuck video mode, but it's one that my capture setup doesn't like. So this is probably about the only machine I have that we can do this on. So it's not that interesting of the game I'm going to play, but I suppose if nothing else it's a demonstration of this capability of this thing. I mean, you know, obviously we have that. When I do that, I can't quite see the edge of it on my monitor. I'm not moving. If they stop me streaming because of it, then I'll just have to kiss it goodbye. It's not like I have much time to do it anymore anyway. Don't think anything will happen. I can't find the damn thing in my dashboard anywhere, so because I'd like to know what they thought it was. But yeah, you know, not much to play with in here, but I mean I have to leave it kind of a little off the edge of my monitor, and the menu's broken on that monitor, so whatever. Can I remember where this thing is? I mean, I didn't test any of this before I started. Is it in there? Yeah, it is. Let's see what happens if we do that. I'd like to, like, start the game over again. I'm assuming the game works. I mean, I started it up yesterday, and it didn't really do much with it. I can't remember what level I got stuck on when I was a kid, but I remember being stuck, like, somewhere. It's going to make a lot of PC speaker noises, this game. I warn you. Yeah, that seems to have done everything. How smart is Blockman? Well, we'll check the instructions first. Oh, do I have to shift that? There we go. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom named Bentangle, ruled by King Triangulus. The king lived to play with blocks ever since he was introduced to them in his childhood. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. When his daughter, Princess Penguin, came of age to marry, King Triangulus devised a brilliant plan to select a worthy husband. The king called all the best masons to his castle in order to construct 17 rooms. Blocks were placed in each room to help suitors reach doorways. The rooms were constructed, but the rooms that you see, I can't see the first letter on each line, the first letter and a half, in such a way that great ingenuity would be required to complete them. Blockman, a commoner in Bentangle, was in love with the princess, so he went to the castle to win her hand. After entering the king's very first room, Blockman became overwhelmed by the challenges ahead of him. Maybe you can help Blockman overcome his challenge and meet his true love. As some controls. By the way, it's Blockman 1, so they obviously meant there'd be a sequel, which there is, and I do have somewhere. Never played it, don't know what it's like. Probably just more of the same. Some advanced commands and well, that sounds fun, but I don't think we'll be able to get hold of the full thing. Oh yeah, sound is working. Okay. Control's a bit funny, this game, and I remember a lot of losing at it being down to... See, those sounds don't come out. PC speaker is weird on this system. And I'm not sure why. Like, it doesn't... Like, some games that play music over it, it plays out of time, and some sounds just don't really work as they should. It's really odd. Yeah, that's the IQ chart. There we go. So, yeah, we're not brainless anymore. Now we're Now we're smart as cucumbers. You know, I'm getting Earthworm Jim 3D vibes from this. I mean, you know, that's kind of the same deal, isn't it? Only this time we're not having to collect marbles. I don't think there's anything round in this game. This game doesn't understand the concepts of things being round. I mean, it is Blockmen, so I don't feel like that's really anything to worry about. I told you it was a simple game, though, didn't I? So I'm figuring these out pretty fast, but it gets hard. It gets difficult. See, it's not passing the speaker through anymore. Not sure what that's about. That's really strange. Fruitcake. Inedible food. Is it? I don't know. Consider inedible, but okay. Probably won't take long to play this because I'm either going to finish it or get stuck. I mean, I say it was hard, but I mean it was hard by the standards of when I was like 10. Did have to think for a moment on that one, but not very long. By the way, those advanced commands the game tells you about, yeah, I never got those to work. Like, they don't seem to do anything, so... Like, it just doesn't. Whatever the intention was. Have we messed this up? No, we haven't. However they were intended to work, they don't. So it's a lot of tapping the same key over and over again, and you can buffer the inputs like hell. Like, well, we'll see soon enough. Now, I wanted to play this on a 286, but... Oh, caveman spot. Well, we're human now, at least, so that's pretty good. Actually, we're not. We're Neanderthal. Oh, dear. Well, we're getting there, at least. They vaguely resemble humans, like, so doing alright. Yeah, we're back on the map now, you know, we're not just a fruitcake. But yeah, like, you can buffer the fuck out of inputs if you're too fast on them. I sort of tested it on my 286, so you could play it, but it was bloody slow. Obviously, it's not viable to play it on a 286, like, just isn't. Now you see this sets alarm bells ringing in my head. No, you see, we're gonna end up... No, we won't. What am I doing? I thought I had to put another block there, but why would I do that? It doesn't make sense. I'm still pissed about that fucking 286 board dying on me, and I'm still pissed about that hard drive, and I'm still pissed about that RAM chip. It's not been a good fucking week. Not for electronics anyways, everything's broke. What's this thing burst on me now? If this machine breaks, I'm quitting. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm just going to see that as a sign from God that he doesn't find this amusing and wants me to pack it in. So, I mean, there's some... you saw the input buffer thing happen there where it was still in the keyboard buffer. I feel like this... Because of how bad it runs on, like, even a decent system sometimes... I definitely have a feeling this is one of those games that's made in, like, BASIC or something. Like some really sort of crummy, not very efficient language that's just enough to get the job done. Oh, and it works. Can't really bash on it. Does make a lot of obnoxious noise though. but it's not Tomb Raider, and it has all the things like Tomb Raider. Howdy. Yeah, it has all the things like Tomb Raider claims to be good at. You know, you can move blocks around. It is block based, like the levels. You can climb things. The controls are a bit shit. It looks better than Tomb Raider, though, I'll give it that. Of course, now I have to play that next time I stream because I'd rather not. Like, CD vanished again, by the way, because I was using that machine the other day and I opened the CD tray and it's not in there. So, yeah, I don't know what's happened, but I'm going to have to take that system out and, turn it upside down, seeing if it's getting stuck in there. Like, is it sticking to the thing on the top of the drive? Carbon. We're no longer humanoid. Brilliant. So that's probably worse. Well, I guess we have no choice but to go over there. I don't know what it was about, the instant copy claim. It seems to be roughly timed to the CPU, but I remember running it on a Cyrix and it not going much faster than this, so maybe only to a point. But yeah, it's painful on a 6 megahertz system. Definitely needs a bit more power than that. I would have done it if that system was working and if the video output from it worked, but yeah, I have no idea what video mode this is. Just Capture Set does not like it. Oh, by the way, you see on the right where it says undo? I don't know if you can see that because it might be losing detail with that flicker filter. But yeah, that is it doesn't work. Watch. Doesn't do anything. I'm sure it did. It's very oh no. I've made a mistake somewhere. But where? I can't have. But I have. Shit. Well, I fucked one up. That's alright. Just start again. So what did I make a mess of here? I mean, I have to put those blocks down there. There's no way around that. Yeah, it's 386. It's alright. I've still got things that I'll play on the 286 at some point, whether it's the 6 megahertz one or the faster one. Can't see that 6 megahertz one being fixed for a while. I'm probably going to end up having to buy a complete fucking system just to repair it because the hard drives are really expensive. Really, really expensive. And I can't use it in the meantime because, you know, I don't want that drive to fail completely, because if that hard drive goes out, then I have to buy a floppy drive, and they're like 100 and some quid, and then I have to buy floppy disks, which I can't even fucking find, but I imagine they're expensive. You know, fucking hell. It's just not a fun fucking time. Hopefully that RAM works on that board I've ordered, because if it doesn't, then I'm screwed. Because then I have to buy that, and that's going to be like 200 fucking quid. It take a moment to figure this out. So that's the last block I can move. If I go down there with that, well, I don't need that extra block. That extra block. Yeah, well, it's one of them where I kind of still want one around. I'm not sure why I'm as attached to the 6 megahertz one as I am. I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm ready to let go of it yet. I'm surprised it lasted this long. Like, I've had the thing 11 years. But I'd like to get another 5 out of it before I'm ready to consider it done. I'm really not sure what it is with PC speaker stuff on this machine. It's weird. Oh god, Dumbo, I hate that fucking movie. No. Jesus Christ. That's pissed me off now. Huh. This might have been where I got stuck. I feel like it's a trick. No, I think I got past this level. Thing is, if I put a block there, I can't get those blocks. So, I mean, I'm kind of trapped having to put one in here. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think I have enough to go over that way, do I? If I go over there. 1, 2, 3. Well, I only need 3. I don't have 3 because I need this one to get over there. Because, I mean, I need 4, but there's that one block over there I can borrow. Yeah. Dumbass. I don't know what it is about that movie. I just never liked it. There's just something off about it. I always just wanted the fucking elephant to die, you know? Yeah, I can't disable that, unfortunately. Yeah, I should have probably changed the way it's hooked up and wired that speaker into the header on it. Does the studio have that header? I don't actually think it does. I can't remember now. Guess I'd have to go and look that one up. Because, I mean, this was their big fucking, you know, super deluxe model of the past 16. It almost seems wasted in here. I can't use it my Pentium because it doesn't have that second input on it that the one in there has. Yeah, I don't know, it might not stay in this machine, but it probably will because, I mean, it's a bit of an oddball enough card that it sort of works in here, I guess. It does have a capture card, so I guess it's not infeasible they would have put one of those in. Now, this is the Chips and Technologies 386. I don't even have another one. Well, I still have my IBM, I suppose. I don't see myself ever streaming on that thing. I mean, that thing's trash. That would get me over the wall. I'm sure I remember playing one that was a trick where I had to go over there. I'm just not... Yeah, it'll be this one. You see that undo button, it does nothing. So, it's probably this or the level after it that was as far as I ever got. Now remember this been quite a slow process. So yeah, I got to this level. I vaguely remember it. I have a 3860 X40, but it's in pieces. That thing hasn't run for years. I still have the flash card that it was using. It's like one additional block, so I guess I'd need to take that up there. You see there, I'm having to stop and think. There's no way to turn around on the same block, which is quite frustrating. I mean, if you could, it'd completely break the game, because the puzzles are built around the fact that you can't do that, but it means you have to backtrack a far bit if you end up buffering an input like that. Okay. We've blazed through this so far though, so I'm probably going to be having to dig some other game out. I might do Nightmare 3D if I get to the end of this. Don't remember how many levels there is. I mean, I've never beat the game, so... maybe. But if it's a scrolling shooter, I'm not going to play it. So I don't play those. I could break out the Atari someday and see if I can get that to work. I'd probably have to feed it through like a Win TV or something, but... I mean, that has Space Invaders on it. Good God, the PC speaker noises. I can see why my parents didn't like this game, you know? Sounds like a rather frail dot matrix printer operating or something. His animations are quite smooth, I'll give him that. What I would like to 286 is I want to at some point play Leisure Suit Larry. Like, I don't think it'll run very well though. Like, I don't think it specifies CPU speed, and I don't imagine for one fucking second that it's going to play well on like a low end. It might run fine on the faster one, but I want to play it on my little 6 MHz piece of crap when it's repaired. You know, I'll sort of push on with that as long as I can, and then at some point they start requiring faster machines, I think, with the third game, so then I'd probably have to come up to like the 16 megahertz one, assuming I can get that motherboard to work. So it's unknown working state, but that usually works out good. When I buy something fucking broken, it usually works, and when I buy something that works, it's usually fucking broken. Yeah, some random magical girl thing that might also be a hentai. If it's 286able, I'd sure as shit, like, try running it and give it a go. I need a cigarette. See, now I have to think about what I'm doing here. So there's, well, 4 blocks, because I can take that one. I mean, this is definitely going to have to go down there. There's no way I can... So, let me think. I can put another block there. Yeah. You, Mick Foley, Couch Potato, Father of the Year, want to wrestle me, Ric Flair? Yeah, really? Yeah, really? Yeah, really? Countdown to lockdown. Watch this. Woo! There's some shitty games I had as a kid that I still have, but the CDs are fucked. It's weird because they're like really trashy, but I want to play them again. Well, I mean, I have a 386SX I could try it on. It's never getting built into anything, but we could sure as shit see how it would run on there. Because, you know, I got this board in a lot of boards that were all fucking broken, and it works fine. I mean, it has some ugly, like, fucking bits of wire on the back and shit. But, yeah, I mean, I could test it on that. Oh, that's where my 387SX went. Now I know. Well, as long as it's in there, it's safe, so it can stay in there. But yeah, they were just like interactive stories, these games I had when I was a kid. I'd love to find like copies of them, even though, like I say, that they're garbage, they're not really games. I would like to try and find copies of them. I've never put the time in to try and find them, they might be dark common for all I know. Oh, yeah. I think what I need to do now is, yeah. So I need to fill that up, but only too high. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. See, now it's getting puzzling. Still, it's better than fucking Tomb Raider. Buffering puss. Aha! Yeah, I never played that many Flash games. The ones I did like, I still have, because obviously I just used to steal the SWF file, because it used to take ages to fucking load on dial-up, so it was worth just downloading the file and playing it offline when you could. You know, and the websites obviously started putting things in place to try and stop you, but yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, good luck finding that. I mean, I still want to find that stunt car game that I had, but again, I might be able to find that because I know the name of the shovelware discs it came on, because I still have rotten copies of it. So, you know, I'll keep a lookout for those, and if they ever come up, I don't think they'll cost anything. It wasn't a really good game, and a lot of the games on those discs didn't even fucking work, but that one did. It had really weird controls, like, you know, fucking press fucking shift to accelerate and press fucking J to brake or some random crap like that. Wasn't Stunts, wasn't Stunt Car Racer, wasn't that one that looks like Stunts, and I can never remember the fucking name of because it's basically the same shit. It was kind of like between those two. You know, it probably was in... Deary me. Probably was inspired by Stunts or something, you know, it probably came later than that. Yeah, I don't know, there was... Oh, what the fuck was it? Jesus Christ, I can't remember the name of this shit. I was surprised a lot when I found out there was more than one Power Fox game. I remember playing that. I didn't really think much to it. It was just like, say a fighting game, but I mean, you just spammed the button, you know. I only played it because it used to upset my mother, because you beat this elephant up in it at one of the levels. So she'd start flipping out, punching elephants. It's just a game. I'm not going to go and really punch elephants. Like, shoot one maybe, but I won't punch one. Put an elephant's head up on my wall, get the ivory off its tusks, you know. Might do that, but You see, that's one of those sets of laws that just fail miserably, isn't it? Stop the ivory trade. It's like, man, you ain't stopping shit because you told us to throw all our ivory out, so now all the people who shoot the damn elephants for the ivory have to shoot more to get more fucking ivory. See, I feel like I want to go up there first, but... oh, crap. I'm not sure here. I haven't actually thought too far ahead in this. Usually I look at the stage and I try and think out every step that I have to take in advance. And I didn't this time. But I mean, there's no penalty for getting it wrong other than that you have to start again, so... that really isn't a big deal to me. I mean, it doesn't take that long. Yeah, fucking Power Fox. Yeah, with Flash, obviously, I was more into the animations people were making, you know, I was... obviously, I had that massive folder full of them. And I still find some of those to be, like, extremely impressive for how long ago they were made. That fucking... I wish I could find the rest of those Ray of Light ones. Because, you know, I have, like, the menu and that, like, summer one or whatever, or was it spring? But I don't have the rest of them. And that thing was so fucking well made, like... you see the problem here? I guess I can get back down here when I've moved that block. Oh. Keyboard buffer got full there. Yeah, it's perfectly safe because I can put that other block in. Those Ray of Light ones will run at whatever the max was, but I think it was like 15 frames a second, but I'm not sure because it's just unlocked. Because the amount of, like, you know, blending and shit that was going on, it just runs at whatever speed the system can do it. The music in it's, like, really long compared to what you'll usually hear. I mean, it was obviously just pushing the limits of it. I've seen the goddamn interface they had to make that shit in. It does amaze me that they got it to work. Right, so I'm obviously going to have to go that way. So that will take 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. 5, 6. I have 6 blocks here. Okay. Yeah, I think we've done this right. Yeah, I know someone who was mad into Happy Tree Friends. Unfortunately, I just don't like the style of most of that stuff. Like, it's really ugly. I'm not sure why it's so fucking ugly, because it doesn't need to look like that, but there's just something puke-inducing about it. I still really like the style that, like, Camp Chaos had, like, with Napster Bad and everything. Like, I've never seen anything else that looks like their work. Mark Manelli especially, Bob Seska's stuff was... I like his style, but Mark Manelli had more detail in his projects. It has this... It's ugly, but it's ugly in a likeable way. Dude, don't mock the king like that. You'll upset him. He's not going to let you, like, shag his daughter after you've done that. I mean, he's probably already had a go anyway. I mean, I would if I was the king and I had a daughter, because I'd just be like, yeah, well, you know, how many people can say they fucked the princess? it probably goes on anyway in those families, I would imagine. I don't know, I can see the royal family being the sort who probably do fuck each other. Yeah, I don't know. I never got into Happy Tree Friends. It was a thing. I saw the odd one that was... I didn't think it was awful or anything, it didn't really interest me. Even then it's not... Oh, Jesus Christ, what do I do here? I have a cigarette and try to value... I've definitely not been on this stage before. So it's probably like F or G I got up to. You see, when I was a kid, it was fucking South Park was all the rage. Was like, you know, that naughty cartoon that you shouldn't watch. I never got into that much either. But, like, it has one or two good episodes, and I don't know how that's made. Like, that could be Flash, but it could be something else. I quite like a couple of the episodes with the Chinamen in. They're pretty funny. Like in South Park, you know, like the one with the Japanese dude. It's like there on the stage in the school.
All this China and Japan is a little peeny country over here, and that's why a Japanese always trying to take over China.
And no! Don't think I can do anything for that, so hopefully we'll have enough. Because there's no way I can preserve that block. Ah, shit! I think I've made a mistake. I have. Yeah, I've made a mistake. I think I'm going the right way about this, but I needed to move a block and then come back down by the looks of things.
The Japanese whip and kill people in Nanking. The only thing a Japanese like more than killing people is killing themselves. Suicide rate in Japan sky high.
Fuck are you? Crap! Oh, that's gone wrong.
Oh, I'm a Japanese and I have a bad day. I think I'm gonna kill myself. Mongolians? Screw you, Mongolians! It's the last time you put down my shitty wall.
But yeah, they're like the only good episodes of South Park. Yeah, I've never heard of it, so... If you want real fucking cancerous fucking Flash games, you want to see the things fucking mini-clip used to shit out. Every fucking computer system in fucking kids' homes used to have fucking mini-clip games collection installed on it. Good God, it was trash. I remember that fat girl with the umbrella, like, playing a bunch of them. There was one where there was like a monkey in a little spaceship that you had to steer around. Shit, I always wanted it to die. Okay, this is working so far. I've already got this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks I can use it. So 1, 2, 3 there. 2, 3. And I only have 5, so that'll get me 5. Yeah, no, that might be a problem. I need something to get up there. Yeah, mini clip. There was one where you had to park cars as well. I remember playing that a lot and getting really angry at it. But I mean, her really angry obviously wasn't really angry because she just was too fat and lazy. So she'd be there and you'd either start in, and then she'd get up and like slam doors and just go to her room. And then, as always, bring that little dinky 3-legged stool out, plonk it in the corridor, and sit on the fucking thing, and it'd disappear halfway up her arse. Good God, she was minging. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 blocks left. Okay. 2, 3. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. It's not making sense in my head, but we'll try it. I mean, once we've got some part of the level right, it's quick to do it again. Bloop, bloop, doo, doo, doo. No, I think we've done screwed this. Oh, no, maybe we haven't. Punk. Smart. Yeah, I'm well smart. I'm like Abraham Lincoln smart now. You know. That's awesome. Whoa, it was a bit slow though. Was that like a one-off or...? No, it just takes a while to draw this one. Must be all the blocks. God, I dread to think how slow this level would be on the fucking 286. Oh my fucking God, what do I got to do here? Game house, I never ran into those. I imagine it's probably much of the same fucking deal though. I'm going to have to come over the top of this, aren't I, to bring those back. Which means I got to use a blocker. Oh, I'm really mad. If you're going to kick off, can you put some effort into it? Go away, I'm angry. Well, you're not doing a very good job of being angry. Like, can't you yell and kick stuff? Because at the moment, you've just been really annoying. You're making me more angry. Well, I'm glad. Like, you sit there and get really angry, and I'll stand here and laugh. No, it's... I mean, it was a free shareware game. It's definitely not terrible. Oh, shit. I thought I'd trapped myself then, but I hadn't. I think it's funny how you can put, like, you can put a block on top like that, but you can't pull it back down again. It's like a woman's knickers. They'll only, like, go up, like, you know, can never pull them down again. They only generally let you do it once. And then they start expecting things in return. Where do I really want to be going with this? Like, I'm stacking these up here, but I don't have my next, like, bit of the plan together yet. This is a slow as shit process. Fucking mobile. Yeah, they leave my niece unsupervised with fucking mobile games. I've seen them, they don't impress me. Oh, this might have been a mistake. What isn't a mistake, I suppose, but... Okay, this should be doable, but... I'm not liking it. Let's leave this block down here for now. Hopefully I can get back in there, I should be able to. Yeah, it does seem to be what those are all about, is, just please give us money type shit. I always picture some Slav or some Chinaman laughing every time I see one of those games running, you know? I mean, it seems to be who makes them, so... Yeah. Will that be enough blocks to put there? Because do I want those? How many do I need down there? I mean, I only need 3 to reach the door. But, I mean, I have to put more than that down there, obviously. Yeah, it does seem to be where the money is, though, because, I mean, obviously, you know, they're just earning coins from fucking screwing people, really. But I feel like I won't be able to get... You see those blocks that are up there? I can probably get up there. I don't know if I could get the blocks down. Would I be able to? Maybe, but I mean that one on the left in that upper right edge, there's no way I'd be able to fucking get back out of there again. Yeah, I don't own a 7th gen. I fucking thought it was going to ship by the 6th gen era, so I just stopped my PS2. I was like, well, they're not making anything I want to play anymore. As soon as Sega went, really, it just sort of went crap. But I mean, really, it was turning before that. It was like 2001, I see as like the big turning point. It was when everything changed. I still think it will come out in years and years from now that there was, you know, effectively some subversion of the industry went on. Like something behind closed doors, money changed hands, and, you know. Yeah, my friend likes Bayonetta. I used to wind him up and say that he looked like her. It used to really bug him. The thing is, there is something in the facial structure. She could easily be like, you know, a fucking distant relation to him. So, I don't know what they looked at for inspiration for the character, but he thinks it's bad that, like, you know, he's like, oh, fuck off. It's like, dude, like, fucking, how do you think I feel when you're fucking playing that? Like, it's weird. Just stop playing it, please. I should stop using keyboards as trays for storing screws, because then I wonder why screws go missing. You got his little umbrella out. Right, so if I fall down there, there's no getting back. Last two games I remember giving a fuck about were Mirror's Edge and The Sims 3, but even those, by then, I'd pretty much turned my back on everything. Like, really, I do kind of end with the PlayStation 2. Like, Rule of Rose, Time Splitters 3, somewhere around there is when I clock out. Speaking of Rule of Rose, I did find that the other day. It should be somewhere around here. Fuck knows. I've moved it, apparently. I probably put it safe again. I don't have a working PS2, so it's not really... Yeah, I don't know. People are a bit strange. Yeah, I don't know. My latency is usually not too bad. It's probably that copyright system trying to find something else to fuck me over on. Yeah, I don't know. Never really was a Devil May Cry sort. it would have been better than that bastardisation in the 7th gen though, with that fucking Limo faggot singing. And I'm not saying faggot like, you know, to be anti-fucking gay. I'm saying faggot because he was a little faggot. I'm using faggot in the way that, like, gays would use the word faggot as an insult, you know? that fucking... What was the fault? I don't know. I'm sure it was on, like, fucking Xbox 360 or something, that there was a Devil May Cry game, and it had this really dodgy song and everything. If they want to stab people... I remember playing one of the Red Faction games. It didn't appeal to me that much, but I did like the destructible terrain. That was nice. Like, more games really need that. And to be honest, I'd expect that to be more common by this stage. There's no excuse for not having it now. See, I feel like I'd need to get a block up here, but... I'm not sure I could do that. Yeah, it probably was meant as a reboot. I don't know much about it, because like I say, I was never into those, but I did see that version of it. it fucking... It annoyed me. Even as someone who wasn't into those games, it pissed me off. Anyone fucking criticises that, I'd totally fucking... I understand them, you know? I feel like I've messed this up, but I don't really see what else I can do here. I mean, I can move that block there now, but that only gets me 2 blocks, and that's not enough. I don't know, a Quake engine thing's still particularly commonplace. But no, I wouldn't be able to remove that block down there, would I? I might have come unstuck here, you know. It almost feels like I should have moved all those blocks back there and then started digging in that again. Then again, how would I have done that? I mean, I can't drop this block anywhere. As soon as I do, I only have 2 blocks and I can't get out. So I need 3. That was on my monitor as well, so I don't know what that was about. You watching this machine break like I said it fucking would? Yeah, I've screwed this. I don't even know what the right way is. So I don't have enough blocks. I needed 1 more, and I don't really know where I could have got that 1 more block from. Maybe I could have stole that one up there? Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I know that fucking made by one Slav in a shed looking engine that Valve uses is like Quake derived. Oh no. I really don't get the obsession with that fucking game engine. Like, every time I see that, it looks like trash. It's that lighting engine. It's so fucking bad. I swear even fucking Polymer is a better fucking lighting engine than the shit that's in that. But I suppose this is what happens when a marketing company develops games, you know? This is what people never seem to get about Valve. It's like, oh, you don't trust them, and it's like, yeah, you know why? Because they're a fucking marketing company. I don't trust marketing companies. They're always scumbags. It's like, Valve only gave you, like, Half-Life to get you all on fucking Steam. Like, it wasn't even that good, but they created hype around it, and it worked, and you all got suckered in. Oh, they wouldn't do something like this. Like, they're a fucking marketing company. Yes, they fucking would. Like, worse things have been done in marketing companies than that. And Quake itself is a game I fucking despise. Like, fucking streaming that shit, that was fucking painful. I never want to do that again. Like, you can quite literally sort of feel it killing, like, gaming as you're playing the fucking thing. Like, it's just removing all of the soul and all of the personality and just turn it into this bare bones experience. It's the bar fucking minimum they thought they could get away with. I need to bring those blocks out here, don't I? Thought I'd screwed up then, but I haven't. Not yet. I don't know. I'm going to screw this up, but I haven't screwed it up quite yet. I don't know. It's Quake engine. I've never had it run well on anything I've built. It does not like my machines for some fucking reason. Where would I get this block from? Because it's the only place I can think to get them. I would have to use 2 blocks to get up there. Will the hole be big enough? I don't think it will. Let's try it, because my head's just drawing a blank on this. Yeah, no, that isn't going to work. And now I'm stuck in here. Because I can't bring blocks out. I'll show you, because I can't advance anywhere now. Like, because it's only one gap, 1 block wide. That's what happens. So, yeah. I want to fix the LaserJet 4, but you know, it's just having money to throw at capacitors. I've got other shit going on now. I don't seem to have anything that has capacitors that size in it that I can steal, which is quite annoying. Usually there's like some dead thing that I can just take them out of. Yeah, it's fucking... Carmack, I have a serious amount of fucking hatred for that guy, because it's just... everything he touches turns to shit. He's basically the Gabe fucking Newell of his time. He just shit out a bunch of garbage, never really did much of anything, but... The only thing I find amusing about Carmack is that he owned one of them stupid fucking portables. And even he, like, he probably just bought the thing to pose. I doubt if he ever fucking used it, but even he rips the stupid video card out and is like, I'll just use it with an external monitor, like, as far as I can tell. Because, I mean, they dug the thing up and it doesn't have the original video card. He'd stuck a different one in, so essentially he might as well have just carried a little Pentium around with him. Probably give up on this soon and play something else if I don't make any progress. It does control weird, this game, though. Yeah, there's people fucking dial up here in like 2006. See, I could never get over just like, the fuck you're still using this? Because at that point here, like, by 2006, the price of dial-up was, like, sort of steadily rising, and it was to a point where it was cheaper to get DSL. But would people bugger get DSL? Oh, no, you know, they're just going to charge me more, and it's like, you know, they're going to do that on dial-up anyway, because that's what the local ISP does. When they can't have their own fucking way, they go, oh, well, it's an obsolete package and it costs a lot to maintain, so now we have to charge you, like, you know, an extra 33% for that service. So of course we're going to do that to your dial-up, you know. So I have 4 blocks here. If I put them down there, I can't steal them back. If I use just one up, I have 3 blocks, which I don't really think is enough. I can't really put them up there. I don't see how I would be able to do that, because this bit here is only 1 block thick. I can't get blocks out of there. And I don't see how I'd be able to get blocks from up there. I don't have enough to get that one up there. I don't know if I... No, there's no way I could have built a stairway up to that 1 block that's now the door, like, you know, where I'd drop down to from here. So it has to be something up here. Like, I think I've done everything correct up to this point. I don't really see how we could have saved any more blocks. But like I say, that bit in the top right is out of the question. That bit, you know, above where I am now, like that sort of room up there, I don't really think I can get to that because I don't have anywhere to place a block up here. I don't even think I can shuffle them in such a way. Like, you know, if I'm carrying a block, because I can't put one down there and then go and move it later, because the wall here is in the way. Which really suggests that the only way I can do this is using these blocks here. Is there something I'm missing? Like... cigarette. It's probably really simple and I'm probably just overthinking it. What the fuck else is this guy going to have to throw at me? You know, it's getting harder now. The other thing they like to do, the ISP here, is they'll offer an unlimited package and they'll only do it for a little while. And that does piss me off how you have an allowance now. It's like, look, it used to just be unlimited no matter what. Like, whatever happened to that? Oh, well, the costs, like, yeah, well, fuck you. And they'll offer an unlimited package every once in a while, but if you stay on it, they'll be like, oh, this package is all, please upgrade, you know, and you might get better speeds. Then you don't upgrade. And so they put the price up, because it's in the contract that they can put the price up, and they will. And so the price goes up. And if you still, well, I'm just pay it because I want unlimited, and it's still, I use a lot of internet, you know. So it's still worth it versus a package you've got. Then it goes slower and slower and slower, and you bring them up, and they're like, oh, well, you see, the equipment is obsolete that package uses. So, you know, it costs a lot to maintain, and it's getting slower because it's old now. It's like, yeah, go fuck yourselves. It doesn't work that way. Like, you're full of shit. No, I'm going to trap myself if I do that. Aren't I? Yeah, because I can't get up there, and then I can't turn around. Like, as soon as I move, it's like game over. Can I shuffle them here? I'm surprised I've got as far as I have in this game. Like, because it almost reminds me of those slide puzzles, and I'm absolutely terrible at those. I don't know if anyone's been here long enough when I was playing Atlantis, and they had a few of them to do, and I think it took me an hour to get past one of them. I just shit at them things. Still, now I have 4 blocks that I can go down there with. So this might actually work now. I'm going to finish my cigarette and wear this up my head. It is a puzzle game, you know. You can't expect it to go fast. I'm amazed it has. But yeah, it is bullshit. And the thing was, like, people tested, and if you shoved someone else's credentials in, obviously it'd be on their package then, but it would basically, you know, run at full speed again, or whatever speed they were crippling that person to for whatever reason. But I mean, it's just the way with ISPs, they're full of shit. I mean, at my old house, I was the last person on the fucking block, and they're like, oh, the 1 meg per second, that causes congestion. It's like, no, it isn't. Yeah, lots of people that must be using the internet in your area. I'm like, well, it must be ghosts, because, like, I'm the last fucking person here. Like, the next fucking house that's occupied is about a mile away, and then it's another 1.5 miles until the next one. So, fuck you. Like, my neighbours were still there, but they didn't have the internet. I knew for a fact they didn't have it. And they wouldn't have used it very much if they did, you know. Fucking old Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, they don't have much to do on the internet. They're alright, those neighbours, I didn't mind them. Yeah, I got a computer out of them anyway, because they threw it out. I'm just like, you know, when they was getting ready to move, I'm just like, I'll have that. Do you need that? They're like, no. I'm like, well, I'll take it, you know, if you don't. Like, yeah, sure, go ahead, I don't fucking want it. It's like, oh, great. And so I got a crappy little Intel Celeron machine, which was my shed computer for quite a while. It wasn't very good, but I mean, it did its job. It was free, so, you know, can't really complain. It was fucking slow and stuff. Do you see the problem here? How am I going to get the last block down there, do you think? Ah. Oh, I have some ideas. So, if I throw that last block down there, that's going to be up there. Yeah, that's the chassis got used for. Oh man, I'm struggling with this one. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, if I put that block there, then I can bring that last one, I can move those two. But then, how would I get the third one back? I don't see what else I can do. You see, that's used up the one spare block I had. So now we're on 2 blocks again. Oh, how do you beat this stage? Where can I get an extra block from? Like I said, I can't stairway my way up there. That's just not going to work. Like, I don't see any way I can get up there. I'm still fucking... I should have kept that unreliable K6 running, because that fucking audio problem it had was actually quite funny. Ah, shit. Oh, the undo button actually worked. What the fuck? Yeah, like, it was like pretty random when it would go off. You'd just out of nowhere, you'd be doing something, all of a sudden all these horrible noises would come out. See, I've heard horror stories about the internet in Australia. It sounds a lot like KCOM used to be. And it's the one thing I have to give KCOM is, like, since the fibre came in, it has actually worked. I don't know if it'll stay that way, but, like, a few years in now, and it's still working, so... You know, fingers crossed it'll stay that way, but I'm sure when it gets a little bit old, it'll probably go bad. Or if a faster service comes out, they'll give that to all the villages again, and it'll make us fucking end up with slow internet like it did before. Because they always do the villages fast for some reason. I bet that's where all the company executives live. I've got to do some shuffling here, haven't I? I'm doing this, but I'm still none the wiser as to what I have to do up there. Right, so now we're back at this point. I'm really, really having trouble with this one. It's not like anyone would have uploaded a solution to this game. I don't think it's really popular enough for that. Yeah, well... I mean, that was the thing. It was fucking annoying, because you'd see them fucking they'd shove the fibre in, they'd go right past your house, and what they were doing is they were just taking it from your exchange and just routing it off to some village somewhere. And so you'd get to tea time, the fucking village would go on the internet, and of course they got fucking priority. So hey, there's only like fucking 50 people live there, but they're fucking hammering like a 500 meg per second line. Your little 1 meg per second DSL isn't going to get any fucking luck in, is it? So your internet just go to shit. It was really annoying. They insisted it didn't run on the same backbone, but it so clearly did. I've had fun screwing with their network over the years. I mean, figured out a way of getting around the bandwidth limit, like allowance, because it doesn't get counted for a lot of internal traffic. So in theory, you could run like a peer-to-peer system within the city, and as long as the thing you were looking for was available on there, you'd never actually have to pay anything like out of your allowance. It would never get used up as long as everything was coming from there. But then what I find really shady is a lot of the popular sites, like, YouTube and shit, have local mirrors now, which they do everywhere else. It still goes on your allowance when you use that, even when the traffic's coming out of the local mirror. Like, say some really popular video, it's going to be cached within the city, and they still class that as outbound traffic. So I think it's crap. I can't get the blocks on the upper right, because the only way in there, if I put, say I put a block there, I'd have to put another one on top of it. And then that hole is only, 1 block high, and I need a 2 block high hole to get them out, because otherwise it just hits the wall, and, I can't go back up there then. To show you what I mean, when it's 1 block high, I cannot go up there. The ones up there, I don't think I can get those either, because I don't have a way to carry a block up here and then put another one down there. I don't know if I could stack them on the stars, but I don't think I could, because then this one would, I'd have to get there, and I just don't think the game works that way. Try it, but I might trap myself doing this. Yeah, no, I can't go up there while that's... I mean, could I stack them in advance, do you think? You might as well try it. I don't think it's going to work, but might as well give it a go. You do see the problem here, though, don't you? It hasn't given me any blocks. Now I've only got 3 blocks, and I had 4 before. Oh man, how are you supposed to do this one? I can do from there, I still have to throw it down, because this only gives me 1 fucking block if I just jump down now. Well, it gives me 2, but then I have nowhere back to get another one. I can't get back up here, I can't just drop down and then stairway my way up there. I can't move the blocks down there and then climb back up here, because there'd just be nowhere back. Could I build a stairway down there that is high? But then I don't think I'd have the space. And it wouldn't be enough blocks. 1, 2, 3 blocks would only get me as high as that lowest level. 4th block would be useless. There's things I could do, but none of them would yield me enough blocks, and because I can't get into that bit at the top right. I could get in there, but I could never get out again, with a block. Oh, fucking hell. You know, the game actually has got the better of me. I'm surprised. Well, not really, because I mean, I was stuck on it for years. I never got this far, but... So there's nothing else I can do up there. Do you notice the torch graphic up the top there is wrong? Like, the bottom of it is... It's an edge block. I was wondering if you could get out of bounds there. I doubt it. Yeah, I think mine's like 300 down and 50 up or something. Or is it 30 up? Yeah, 30 up. Or did they speed it up? I can't remember. That would... It's like I need a fifth block, but there's nowhere to do it. Like, it can't be an unwinnable game, surely. I mean, that was a thing back then sometimes, but I don't feel like this would be one of them. But it definitely feels like I should have one more block than I do. But even then, when I get that one additional block, I don't have anywhere to get down here with it, because, you know, I can get down here, but I have to throw one more block so I can carry that one down, and then it basically puts these two here at the same fucking height. It's called Blockman 1, that's all it's called. I have an idea that might work. I don't know if it will, I'll have to try it, but I've got to be careful not to screw it up. Yeah, if I can stack those up to there... No, because I still won't have enough. Surely, because then that would be higher, wouldn't it? Oh, no. How in the fuck? I find the upload thing weird, because I thought, you know, Web 2.0 was... Talk about buffered inputs. You know, it was supposed to be all user-generated and shit. So you think everybody uploads way more now than they used to. Really not sure what I'm going to do here. At least now we know going up in that area above doesn't win us anything, but... Do you think it'd be worth my time to put these blocks up there? I don't think it's going to make any difference to us, but... Let's just try a different fucking thing, just for shits and giggles. Might save us a bit of time, like going back the other way. Yeah, it's really got the better of me, this level, I have to be honest. I never pretended to be a master at these things. I just said I might be able to beat them. Jeez. You know, looking at the colour palette, I bet this game's probably using like an EGA mode of some sort. And that's probably why it's fucking, why it's like a bit weird. You know, like, why am I fucking... You know what I've done here, don't you? I think I've gone and stuck myself. Yeah, because I can't turn around on the same block. Bastards! So yeah, you can't just do that to make life easier, which I don't think it really did anyway, but I mean, now we know at least. That's fucking... It's still that thing. I know I can do everything but get 3 blocks into that corner, like under the door. I need to get 3 blocks to there, and I just fucking... I'm stuck as to how to do it. Completely and totally stuck. Yeah, we'll make this the last shot, I think, then I'll just play something else. Yeah, well, I don't feel ripped off at... Well, I mean, I guess I couldn't feel ripped off when it was free, but... Yeah, the first couple of puzzle rooms actually look quite easy, and it starts ramping up a little bit. Bastard fucking game. Oh, I thought I'd buffered an input and I was going to end up dropping it on top then, because I'm getting impatient. Come on! You bastards! Get them goddamn... stupid blue fucking blocks. So, this is why you wish you had fucking save states, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. Then we could build it to the point where we're up there, and then we wouldn't have to keep fucking doing this beginning bit, because it's actually, like, a bit tedious now. But yeah, there's no way I have enough blocks to, like, stairway up to, say, the area near the door there. I wouldn't worry about fucking optimizing. Who the fuck uses the 386SX anyway? It's not like I have one set up, I just own the board for one, so... So, I mean, that board can stick around, mostly for the sake of testing things. It would be nice if my SX now worked, but I don't think it does. I mean, whether that board's, like, dodgy or not, I don't think that SX now is a working thing. I think it's probably broken. Because I would expect some sort of response, you know? I'd expect, like, the thing to beep angrily or something. For all I know, that's what fucked the board up, but I don't think it is, because it did a couple of weird things before. But I don't think I'll be trying to plug it into my new one. Not many, it seems. I mean, apparently they existed in a socket, but I've never encountered one in real life. I'm sure I've seen pictures of them. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess they were designed to be the cheap option, and, you know, the cheapest way to do it is to solder it to the motherboard. You know, plastic fucking quad flat packs were the cheapest way to do it back then, I guess. Anyway, we determined the way to get the most blocks here was to shuffle these. Ah, shit. You see what I mean about this undo button doesn't fucking work? Well, that was the intention of them. And now, because I made that one fucking mistake, and because the undo button just generally doesn't do what it's supposed to do, now I'm stuck. It's not like I can just do that and pick it up, because it's against a fucking ceiling. People probably did it, but I've never seen it in official literature. I'm not counting that as a go, because it got screwed up, so we'll just... I mean, the PQFPs, they wouldn't have been built to be socketed anyway. I mean, they did the same thing with 486 processors, you know, where they'd solder them to the motherboard. They made plastic versions of them. Although I have actually seen motherboards with full-on PGA, like processors soldered in. I've only seen like one or two, but they do exist. I don't think they want you upgrading things. I mean, that's not good, because they can't sell you another one if you can upgrade it. The only upgrades you're allowed are like really expensive ones. Like 487SXs, you're allowed those. Because those cost a lot of money. So you can put them in. Fucking rip-off. You know, the tech industry really is mighty shady. Like, you know, it does a lot of scumbaggy things. I don't think I've ever seen it work, the SX now. Because, I mean, it's not like it fits in my old 286 board. The chipset socket's in the way of it, so it won't go in that one. I'm not that bothered anyway, I only wanted to test it. I would have just got like a 25 megahertz 386SX, and there's not really any need to, because I mean I can just like probably desolder the crystal on this. Replace it with a 50 megahertz one, which I'm sure I have one somewhere. And it should do just fine. That'd be like a 25 megahertz SX. And I wouldn't need the big clunky motherboard. It's nearly a single chip motherboard, isn't it? I mean, you got that one chipset is just one chip on this. It's not like four like it is on a fucking 286 board. But there are some 286 boards that are little and compact like this, but not many of them. And I don't fucking like them. And what do you want to bet? Because they were made in the 90s, they probably are 386SX boards. Yeah, the 487SX is just a 4860X. It had a second socket for it. Some boards soldered the SX on. Usually as a plastic flat pack, but let's say there do exist ones that did it with pin grid array chips and just soldered them on, or sometimes they had two fucking lift sockets or zip sockets on the same board. They had an upgrade socket. A little bit dodgy. Matrix instructions. I don't know. I really don't know on that one. I'm not quite following. Piece of shit fucking thing. 386SXs are trash. To be honest, I do think they're a little bit like underappreciated though, because you know people who want a DOS machine and all they want to play is like old platformers or stuff like this. Like if they want to play this and they want to play Keen and shit like that, but they're not interested in shit like Doom or Duke or anything like that. You certainly get away with a 386SX. They don't tend to cost a lot of money because nobody wants them. So, you know, I think they're a bit underappreciated in that aspect. But then I think a lot of people are just willing to pay for a 486, which, I mean, I would. It's just better. There's a lot of things came and went that nobody noticed. I'd still like to know more about Socket 6. I don't know what they were planning to do with it. Like, you know, all I can think is that it was like the celery socket for the Pentium. You know, must have been something like that they were trying to do. Assuming the data's correct, you know, that it was basically 3-volt only socket 3. Oh, my tongue's all dry. But yeah, it's if it really was, then it doesn't make sense to have the overdrive pins because they don't run on 3 volts. They need the 5 volts. They have their own regulator. So, you know, maybe they were going to make ones without the regulator, put them in there. They have like this whole range of socket 6 Pentiums. I'm sure there was a Celery 233, but I may be misremembering. I don't know much about them, in all honesty, the Celerons. It's so long since I've worked on them. They're just not something I've encountered much since, and if I have, I've probably just thrown them to the side because I don't really want one. They're just a bit crap, you know. How do I do this, man? It's pissing me off now. How do I get 3 blocks out of this? If I could just go down there and move that one fucking block before I came here. But I really can't see anywhere to do it. Like, there's just no way I can think of to strip all of this shit down. It's not like I can get these blocks into that lower area, like to the lower right. Because you see that block stairway, like the... how would I describe that location? You know, I probably still have this. I do. You see that there? There's no way I can really dismantle it. Because this is only 1 block high, I can't get these blocks into there. So I can't do that and then try stairwaying up to that. That's just not going to work. There's no point in me trying to get these because I actually end up with 1 block less if I do that, because I have to use blocks to get in there. So, yeah, there's just nothing I can really do here. Yeah, Pentium 2s were expensive though. It seems the Pentium MMX sold really well, and I think that's why they never made the MMX go any fucking faster. Like, it obviously could, but people were buying it instead of the Celery, and so I guess they just stopped to try and sell Celeries. It maybe worked eventually, because I mean, you know, people did buy. Yeah, those, you see, apparently that marking doesn't necessarily, it doesn't mean engineering sample. Like, you'd have to check the actual S-spec number. Oh hey, this one was made in the land of Pinay. But yeah, you'd have to check the S-spec number. Like in this case it's SY007, it's 100 megahertz one, and that's a production S-spec number, although this one doesn't have that ES mark. But yeah, you have to check. Of course, it might be like Q if it's an old one. If it's Q, then it will be pre-production, and there might be another string I don't remember. Intel chips all have S-spec numbers stuck to them like that you can use to identify them. Where the fuck has that gone? Well, that's vanished. Oh well, I don't need that right now anyway. So let me see. If I put 3 blocks down there, it's not going to do me no good. If I put just 1 block down, then if I go down there, it isn't going to do me any fucking good. If I put 4 blocks down there, I can't really get that word. Oh, let me bring my little text thing out, see if I can help myself work this out. So 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 block. Which in theory would work, only that I can't stand here, so it won't. So 1, 2, 3 blocks. Now I could come down and put my last block there, but then I can only pick those 2 up. Good luck finding socket 5 boards, because they didn't really make them very much. Quite a lot of the time, like, they just were sticking socket 7 on, like, you know, from really early on. So I think before it was even like a fully ratified thing, they were just putting that on there. And then most of the boards were socket 5 anyway, in effect, because they didn't have... I've fucking seen boards that don't even have the fucking wires for any voltage regulation, and they still have socket 7 on them. I suppose they just wanted to sell people overdrives for those if they really wanted to upgrade them. Because I mean, that would be the only way to go beyond socket 5 chips, I guess. Which wouldn't be pretty, but it would work in theory. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 3rd block there. But I could still only pick these 2 up. Oh man! How are you meant to do this? Because I can't get any more blocks here. If I can, I'm just drawing a blank. Like, I just do not see. It can't be unwinnable. I might look it up and see if somebody has done it. Because it's bugging me now. It really is. If I take just 2 blocks, it's no good, because then I only have 1. If I take 3 blocks, I can't pick this one up. And if I put 2 blocks and then drop down, I can put a 3rd one there, but then I can only pick up the one there and there. Yeah, that's 3.3 volt connectors on AT motherboards is almost always just for PCI, and there's not really many 3 volt PCI cards, so it's not really useful. I do feel like the solution here does involve only putting 3 blocks down, but fuck if I can figure out how the fuck you're supposed to do it. And it would be 3 blocks down there, and then I'd have to put a 4th one. 2 blocks down, and then 1. It's just not enough. And it's not like I can put some here or here in advance. There's nowhere to do it. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see if anyone has actually played this, like on the fucking YouTube, because it's pissing me off now. Let me have a look. Oh jeez, this isn't Edge, so I'm going to get ads like fuck, and my stream's probably going to lag as a result. But I don't mind spoiling the game for myself because I'm completely stuck anyway, so what difference is it going to make? Fucking hell, the internet is really slow. Even fibre is slow when you have ads on. Well, that video is quite long. Let's see if he's done it. Fucking hell, the buffering time, man. Oh, your ads can fuck themselves. They can seriously fuck themselves. How many ads do you want to play at me? Your failed business model is not my problem. Let's have a look. Oh, he does play this level. Let's see how he does it. Okay, he does the same as me, up to a point. He does shuffle those blocks. He sends... Okay. Oh, fuck, why didn't I think of that? Cunt. You cunt! Okay, no, I think I understand now. No, it's... If I ever come to power, I'm going to make commercials illegal, I think. Hang on, how did he do that? It doesn't make sense, actually. What? How the fuck? Oh, right. Yeah. I get it. God, that's tricky. I don't think I'd have figured that out. Yeah, it's... I don't mind, like, when it's a little banner ad so much. That doesn't bother me, like, if it's unintrusive, but when it just plays, like, before a video or something, or it takes up, like, half the page and it's animated, fuck off. Like, little newspaper-style ads I'm fine with. I don't mind those. Oh, I left my fucking text on. Okay, now what do we do? I didn't watch beyond this. I mean, I could go back and watch it, but, you know, I don't really want to. So, now I have 3 more blocks to play with. So if I put a block down there, like if I drop 2 of these, that I want my fucking text back, and I get 1, 2, and then I get a 3rd one that I can drop there. Or should I really drop that there? Because then I don't have a way back up to there. I mean, I have to drop 2 of them down there. There's no way around it, because I can't get the 3rd, unless I'm not supposed to take the 3rd one. But I can't see that being a thing. If I then drop, like, my 3rd one there, that still leaves me this, and I can pick that one up, and that gets me to there. But then I'm still up here, 2. Or am I? Would I still be there? I don't know that I would. Don't have. Okay, so I put 2 blocks down there. I come down. I drop my 3rd block there. And I get rid of this block here. Yeah, I think I've got it. I think. I might have got this wrong. Oh no, I can't drop that off the side. What? There was no other way I could get them all down there, though, so I'm not really sure what I meant. How am I supposed to... I can't drop this down there. I can't drop it on top of that, so the only place I can really put it is there. But is that fucking useful to me? I mean, I can't pick any of them up if I it's the only way I can still pick blocks up is if I throw this here. And I'm going to have to put it there, because I can't pick any blocks if I go there. Okay. That was fucking tough. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, it never used to have that kind of latency, my streams, so it's mighty nice that... Oh, I don't think there's any more levels. Well, that was a good last level, actually, for this game. I'll hand it to it. It's not bad, this game. Yeah, I thought it would have aged horribly, but it actually hasn't. It doesn't seem to be very well written, necessarily. It runs pretty shit, like, all things considered. The input fucking buffering and shit like that, but I mean, it's not total trash or anything. It works. That was a fun distraction. I might play something else for like a little while. I can't for very long though. I've got to go and eat. That's why my stomach hurts. And there's no ending screen or anything. I'm disappointed by that. That's a little bit crap. But I mean, you get what you're given. Free game. I guess you can't ask too much of it. Actually, you know what? I really do need to eat, so I might just play some solitaire and kill it for the day. It is. I don't know if they made anything else. I've never heard of them. Ash in my keyboard. Get out of there. There we go. ADG. Don't know, but yeah, let's see if the TV thing persists into Windows. I mean, I can just switch back to VGA if it doesn't. ET4 Turbo. Oh no, it fucking what? Oh no, that image is copyrighted. I aren't getting shit for this now. Fucking Farscape. Come on, machine. 386s really aren't very fast at this, are they? It's that hard drive, it's a bit slow. Yeah, I'll do some solitaire and then I'll have to kill it for the day. I didn't... Oh shit, I'm dragging the mic over. It's got tangled. Hang on. It's going to make horrible noises. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't plug a mouse in. Where is that? It's plugged into my fucking 486SX is where it is. Serial mouse, it should just start working, shouldn't it? Yeah, it might be one of the only machines I have like this ISA that faces like PCI orientation. Yeah, my mouse doesn't work now. That's shit. Where is my riser? That's like the same sort. Yeah, because you have like cards on that side are the right way up, cards on that side are upside down. And then the hard drive's in the way, so you're limited to what you can put in there. And this one has like only an 8-bit slot. But I mean, it's going in a 286, so it shouldn't be a problem, because I can't find my Sound Blaster 1, but I mean, that's probably what's going to go in there, because they're professionally refurbished fucking, oh no, my forward slash didn't. I was trying to skip the network to make it start faster. But yeah, it's, you know, that obviously doesn't work, unfortunately. You just cannot fucking, like, you need, like, at least something within the last decade to really use the web now, I think. Unless you have a lot of shit disabled. I mean, when I had that Celery 1 doo-doo, like, laptop, I had a lot of things turned off, like, in the browser. I think at one point I had to turn, like, CSS off, just to make it work. Which is probably somewhat my fault, because I was still using Firefox back then, and Firefox has never gotten along with CSS for whatever reason. I could have just keyboarded this, but it would have been a bit ugly, wouldn't it? It looks massive on this because of the lower resolution. That grid pattern's interesting because I don't have that on my monitor. You see, that's like NTSC colour bin crap. That's how things come out my Nintendo 64. Yeah. Well, you might just get away with them on something like that, but it's never going to be particularly fast. You know, it does take a fair amount of power to, like, render a web page, it seems. But nowhere to the level that it ended up being. Like, it's gotten ridiculous. There's no fucking need for it. Yeah, the graphics on my landing page are way too big for, like, early browsers, unfortunately, as they won't even load properly. I don't think I ever filled in any of the alternate shit, and I don't even know if those browsers would pay that the slightest bit of attention. It does have alternate text filled in, at least. You know, that there's supposed to be an image here. I'm going to use that. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. I might as well throw that on there. Might as well throw that on there. That has nowhere to live yet. But I mean, that wasn't a total waste. We made progress. No point putting that out. We'll have that though, so then we can move that jack. Fuck yeah, my jack shaft's probably going to get here tomorrow. And I can't do anything with it until my box steel arrives. But that's fine, because I can look at it and, like, plan out what I'm going to do with it. Then maybe get my... Right, it seems both Red Kings are in here, so I guess we might as well... No, we'll undo that, because maybe I'm thinking wrong, but if I see another one, then we'll put it out. Queens are both in there as well. It'd be nice if we had a black queen in there. I don't think... Yeah, both Red Kings are here. So we put them out. No, I didn't see a black king in there. Oh, I did. Okay, well, in that case... I don't actually know. Red king. Is there a black queen? I don't remember seeing one. No, there's a red queen. Okay, what else can we do? I mean, there's not too much we can do, is there? We'll just assume there's a red 7 hiding somewhere. I'm sure I saw one. I'm surprised it does. I didn't think Netscape had, like, proper PNG spot. I at least expected the background to be white. I mean, it's supposed to be usable in all browsers, but I didn't necessarily, you know, try to guarantee it would work properly. Just, like, you know, it was usable, but it might not look quite right and shit. That's convenient. It's the T3200SX that has Jane Child with her Farlight. Look at that bullshit. Look at that fucking card there. Yeah, it's T3200SX. Wow, the comments are lagging behind today, aren't they? If I'm only getting comments about that Two of Hearts now. Two of Diamonds. So, you know, I can put that king down anyway, because I mean, I have the other one, like that other hole there. It's not like you can put anything else there, which I think's just fucking unfair, but it is solitaire, so I'll put this out. It might have been wiser trying to find the three of diamonds in that pile, but see if I can. I usually don't. You know the Jackson shit are in there, though, I guarantee it. And when we have that, we can put him out. I don't have the thing for it, and it's going to be stuck somewhere. What am I fucking doing? Do I have a jack? I do have a jack. Fucking what am I doing? This is what happens when I'm tired. Like, my brain doesn't work right. I can actually, I can just get rid of that entirely. Okay, I think we've won the game. That's good. That's good. That went way too well. I don't know, because I get it on my television as well. I swear just NTSC colour isn't really that great. It's a trade-off. Do you want more frames or do you want more colour, I guess? But what's more important? No, it's not a big deal, you know. It fucking works. And I don't usually have things hooked up this way, you know me. If I'm playing with an old console, I tend to use like composite. Obviously, I mostly play 16-bit consoles, and all the games were made to look right on composite, like they dither like hell, and so there's not much point in using RGB output, and it kind of hides the checkerboard as well. A lot of games look like shit when they're pixel perfect. So they just weren't designed to run that way. Yeah. No, it's not a big deal. It definitely doesn't seem as capable in that department, NTSC. I'm kind of amazed by this card's ability to scale its output. Say it's like 1991 technology. It does a pretty good job. It has to be the least gripping fucking stream I've ever done. Like, these games I've played today really aren't action oriented. But then I never claimed they were, so it's not like I was false advertising. I'm sure people have played worse shit on live streams. Well, they will. There's people who play fucking Final Fantasy on live streams. That's just like reading a fucking, like, essays. Or there's people who play those Pokemon games for fucking Game Boy on fucking live streams. Fuck me, this animation's slow on here. I'm going to skip it. But I have one more game. Oh. I'd have to do some maths on that. Whatever you can fit into an 8-bit deck within, like, a meg. Like, the card can take a meg of RAM. It's still but it has an 8-bit DAC. You had to buy a daughter board to get more colours. So maybe 1024 by 768. But I mean, I guess you could go down to 16 colour. So I don't really know. I'd have to math that. Could I do 1280 by 1024? I think the deck can, but 1280 times 1024 is times 4 divided by 1024. So that would be kilobytes. Yeah, you should be able to do 1280 by 1024 in 16 colours. Times 768 times 8 divided by 1024. No, that's plus. I asked for divide. Can't divide by 0, fuck yourself. Why does it keep giving me plus for division? Oh, because it uses that stupid division symbol we used in, like, primary school. Use a /. It's in fucking programmer mode. Why would you give me that division symbol in the programmer's calculator? Idiots. People who design these things now. This is what I mean. Yeah, 1024 would be the most I could go up to in 8-bit colour, and that would be at the most. But I only have half a meg installed because I just don't take it that far, and this version of the ET4000 doesn't support interleaving. And even if it did, I don't think this card's fast enough because this feature slows it down, and also having the fucking video surge hanging off of it seems to slow it down a little bit as well, shoving its frame buffer in there. It's like it makes the fucking card wait for it or something. So, yeah, it loses a bit of speed, this thing, but I don't really care. It's fast enough. It got through Dark Forces okay. But yeah, if I had the daughter card, I could get more colour. Yes, it's pissed me off, that calculator. It does, like I say, about confirm my theory. I've held a theory for a long time that these things are designed now, like, by people who don't actually use computers, are designing the software on computers, and I'm convinced that that's what's going on. Like, that the designers just don't use a PC. They've never sat in front of one for any real length of time, so they don't have a feel for what you should be doing when you're designing things for it. They break a lot of the basic principles of designing a user interface. You know, they're things that even I would know about that you just don't do. I'm sure a shit no expert on this kind of thing. Oh, it's given me a really bad deck here. Let's just forget about that one. I'm not faffing with it. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch! You bitch! Of a son! Fucking Ric Flair. I'd love to see Ric Flair and Steve Ballmer have like a woo match. Who can fucking woo the loudest? I always just picture it like WWF, like, you know, you'd have like Ric Flair, like, woo! And like, you know, fucking Ballmer like walks in, woo! At the top of his fucking voice, you just see Ric Flair glaring at him, woo! Like, they just start yelling back and forth. Is it an ISA Cirrus card? Because they're not very common, those, now, apparently. Like, I don't really see them around, so... If it is, you can get it to work. You might want to flog it, like, make a quick buck. Depends how much you like it. I don't know, fuck knows what the structure is for these places now, but they sure as shit don't seem to know what the hell they're doing. The thing is, when it's on Windows, it's worse. Like, people are going to get mad because, you know, he's bashing fucking Unix again. And yeah, I am, because at least when it happens on Unix, it has an excuse in that everything's fucking cross-platform there. And when you write something to be cross-platform, I imagine you've got to make sacred. I don't know, because it's even when I used to dabble with programming, it's not something I ever fucking did. Like, I wouldn't stoop to that fucking level. I used to write shit deliberately to make it not compile on fucking Unix. Like, well, they do it to me on fucking Windows, so fuck them, you know. Let's make shit not work for them. But you're going to lose some efficiency, I'm sure. It just makes sense that you're not going to be able to get as tightly optimised a thing there. Maybe you could, but it'd take a lot of work. Yeah, my latency's still set low, so it's just fucking been shit today. You know, on Windows, it's written to work on fucking Windows and only Windows. So there's just no excuse for it anymore. I'm really running out of fucking road here, aren't I? Like, this hasn't been a good deck again. I try and work with it, but I mean, is there any point in me putting that down? Probably not, but well, the other one's in there, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I'm still maintaining my thoughts on Doom, that's like a slow-ass piece of shit because it was written for a fucking next step or whatever it's called. Like, the version you play on the PC is technically a port, you know. And I can't confirm this, obviously, but it's a suspicion I have, and I'm not going to let go of that suspicion. It's a theory, and I'm going to maintain that until proven wrong. Like, you know, Jedi and Build were made to run on DOS from the start, and they work pretty fucking good on DOS. I'm glad I held off on that jack. That paid off. But when Build gets ported over to PlayStations, it doesn't work very well anymore. It actually goes quite slow. So, you know, what's to say that Doom isn't the same story? It probably ran really, like, okay-ish or something on its fucking next step machine. It just doesn't like being on DOS because that's not where it came from. Oh, no, it still fucking runs like shit on a 486 though, and it's still crash prone, so I don't know, man, it's just not a well written engine. And I don't know if it's just badly written, because I mean it's a fucking id product, so it probably isn't that well written to begin with, or if, you know, it's something else, if it's the fact that it's not written for DOS and it just doesn't port over very well. I mean, like I say, this is the case with other things, you know, that they don't survive the porting process too good. They don't run so well anymore. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't apply there. Oh no, I think we've been screwed here. Well, we can try and work with what we got. Never know, we might get away with it. I don't think we're going to, but yeah, you know, there's going to be a card we need is going to be hiding under there somewhere, and it's going to fuck us over. Maybe it won't. I don't have a king for that, do I? Of course I fucking don't, because I jumped the fucking gun. Don't have a 5 of spades. You son of a bitch! You bitch! Oh, dear. I done fucked it up. You done fucked it up, boy. I want to win one more game. It's not far. This game's bent. I'll probably give up after this one, whether I win or lose. Well, yeah, but that's my point. It's not designed for PS1, so it won't run good on PS1. N64 version has a brand new renderer on it, so... Didn't one of the Doom ports have, like, its own new renderer, and then fucking Carmack or fucking Romero, whichever one, I always get them mixed up, come in and it's like, oh no, I'm butthurt, because everyone realised, like, my code's, like, crap, so just use my crap code, you know, and the game runs like shit. Or was that the 3DO version of it? I actually dread to think what fucking polygon build would look like on a PS1. It'd just be fucking ugly. Like, it'd be really ugly. I kind of want to see it, but but at the same time I really don't, because I think I'd be sick. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it figures. Yeah, N64 build is like massively rewritten on that side of things. Although the game logic and everything's still exactly the same now enough. There's some weird things to be concerned about in a game where the textures look like shit. I mean, they're not the worst, but I mean, they sure as hell didn't spend very long thinking about that when and that's not just a criticism of Doom, it seemed to be a thing with games of the time in engines like that, where they just slapped textures on and didn't really give a fuck about whether they lined up right or anything. Of course, I'm assuming the engine can even do that. I've never tried to map for Doom, and the tools just look like fucking horrible. Yeah, the Saturn was quadrilaterals, and it just bent them around, I guess. People have made entire Duke Nukem 64 for the PC at this point, so you can totally do that. If you want to go and play with that on the PC, it's well and truly possible. It doesn't do much for me personally. It's kind of sad how the N64 port is probably like the least shit port of the game. Like, you know, once you get past the Nintendo censor shit that's in it, it's a good playable port. You know, it's not a bad port. Yeah, that's basically what it seemed to be, didn't it? Like a bunch of fucking sprites and shit. I'd like to see the Saturn like fully utilised. It would be interesting. Maybe someday someone will make something for it, but I don't think it's ever really had that big of a following, the Saturn. I mean, I own one. I never play the fucking thing because it's like no games on it. There's a dodgy version of that Mansion of Hidden Souls game on it, but it really doesn't look as good as the Mega Drive one. Like, it just sort of didn't keep pace once it got to the Saturn. It looked old and dated by then. And it is kind of a shame, because, I mean, the Sega CD one I maintain, and I will always maintain, is ahead of the curve. Like, if I have a red 10 in here, I'm going to build a separate fucking thing. No, I don't have one. And there's not much point in playing with that, is there? We'll just do what we can. Red 7, I don't see a black 7. If there's a black 7... Of course there isn't. Oh, for fuck's sake, I just want to win a game. It hasn't been my day, has it? I might just leave this alone, you know, it's not going well. Can I build that? I could. It probably isn't going to do me much good. I don't want help. I don't need help. Fuck you. There's angry German kid when you need him. I don't need help and support. I don't need help. I don't need help. I have one or two Panzer Dragoon games for the Saturn, but they're a bit crummy. Like, I can't get into them. They have some nice rendering effects in them, I'll give them that. So, I mean, they're nice as like a technical demonstration of what could have been. But it's about all I can really say for them. They're not my kind of thing. I have Clockwork Knight. It doesn't look too bad. Like, it's just a platformer. Censorship, I just think's crap no matter what. I don't agree with it. Because all they can ever come back to is the children. And I'm like, well, yeah, you should protect children, but I mean, isn't that the parents' job? Like, stop fucking up my stuff because you can't be bothered to do parenting. Fucking... No, I'm fucking winning at that. I'm not fucking having it. Which king should... You know, I usually find going from the shorter cards is best. Like, I don't know why, I seem to have better luck when I do that. It seems completely illogical, but it's worked for me, so I'm just going to stick to what I know. But yeah, I don't approve of censorship by, like, you know, organisations and government and stuff. That's like I say, on the children argument, that's the parents' job to look at what the fucking children are looking at in their spare time and maybe not leave them unsupervised with whatever. As an adult, there really is no argument for it, because, you know, that's down to you. Like, you're a fucking adult now, you can make your own decisions, you know, you can look at the back of the fucking box. You say you don't like violence or you don't like nudity or something, you go, this has violence and nudity in it. I don't think I'll buy this because I don't think I'm going to like it. Of course, that doesn't work because people like to complain about shit, so then they buy it and complain about it and ruin everybody else's fucking fun. Because that's how people fucking work. Because everything gets ruined because of idiots eventually. Like, everything. Nothing is fucking safe from them. They just fuck everything up. Fucking whore. With the internet, people make this mistake where they seem to start thinking of the internet like it's a feature of their living room. And it's really the wrong way to be. The internet's more like a public space, you know, it's like a fucking city or something. Well, yeah, there's some really nice stuff in there, but there's some really shit back streets you wouldn't want to go down. You sure as hell wouldn't like let your kid unsupervised just running around in the middle of town. You know, it's not a good idea. But people do these things, they do retarded shit, and unfortunately the rest of us have to suffer at their hands every fucking time. Because people can't fucking act responsibly. I mean, it even affects things in your house. It's like, in my house, I can't open my windows more than about that far, because they put these lock things on them, and it's to fucking stop children falling out. And it's like, do you have to put these in it? Well, yeah, because children fall out of them. It's like, well, I didn't fall out the windows when I was a child, you know. You know what I did when I was little? Is I saw a window and I didn't think I want to jump out of that. I thought, that's a fucking window. I'm not going to climb around on that because it's probably not very safe. Like, you know, what if I fall out of the window? And so I didn't climb on the fucking window, and it worked out really well, I think. I mean, it would be my guess that it did, because I'm still fucking here, so I mean, that got to say something right. And, you know, maybe, if your child is retarded enough to jump out of that window, maybe that's just natural selection happening. I mean, I don't want to sound like a complete asshole, or... Well, no, fuck, I don't really care if I sound like an asshole. I am an asshole. But, you know, maybe that is just nature doing its thing and getting rid of inferior genetics. Like, at the end of the day, you know... Should a human being be stupid enough to fucking throw themselves out of a fucking window? Kind of asking for trouble when they do that, aren't they? Let's be honest. But then I guess this fucking pandemic is showing up how fucking stupid people tend to be, because, I mean, everybody's freaking out about that. It's like, oh, if you go outside, yeah, you go outside, what? You might catch it? Oh dear. You know, it's dangerous out there. You don't say. That's the nature of the fucking world, you know. You can fucking... Things can happen to you, and you might die, you know. It's fucking way it is. You didn't have a problem crossing the street to get here. What's that supposed to mean? You crossed the fucking street to get here. Could have been run over. But you weren't, so, you know. Stop being a pussy. Get on with it. Jesus Christ, every time I eat a sandwich I can choke on the damn thing, you know, if my luck turns out that bad. In this house I could die from electrocution at any moment, because most metal surfaces aren't earth, and things start leaking to earth, and it makes everything fucking like... I've posted videos of it, haven't I, where I'm like poking things with a tester screwdriver, and it's at mains fucking voltages everywhere in the building, because there's no earth. So I don't just shut my electric off, and I'm never going to go outside because I might walk into a lamppost. Yeah, the latency's crap. Well, the censorship's just the slippery slope. Like, it's like anything. You should never award someone that power, because then it's at what they think. You know, it's subjective to the people who have the power. Do I consider this to be an offensive thing? Yeah, so I'm not going to allow this through. It's like, well, who put you in charge? You know, I don't agree with you. Like, I never opted to let you have this power. Like, fuck yourself. But I just become more and more apathetic as time goes on. I'm just... Shit people are causing for themselves. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I always play solitaire at the end of a stream. It's always the last thing I fucking do. But, you know, those people are digging their own fucking hole. They can fucking lie, and it's just a shame that, you know, that they have to drag the rest of us down with them, but they always do. And like I was saying, you know, with them ruining everything else, it's always to the lowest fucking common denominator, and the rest of us have to fucking suffer with it. And the shit thing is, the idiots don't even realise they've been fucked over, so you don't even get that, like, when it all comes crashing down on them. They don't notice, they're just completely fucking oblivious. And then they just keep doing it, they just keep pushing the same fucking thing. Anyway, I'm done with that. I'm gonna go and have some supper and sort the fucking rodents out for the day. Hey, we got through Blockman 1, so that's good. That was not a bad game. Honestly, I thought it would have aged worse than it did. It's not bad. I don't know if that has any replay value for me now. It probably will. Give me like 6 months to a year, and I'll probably just dig it out in my own time again. I'll have to have a look at the sequel, because I know there's another one. Never seen it, never played it, don't know if it's any good, but I'll have to fuck about with it sometime. Don't know. I don't know about End of History. I mean, they sure like rewriting it though, don't they? I mean, when you actually dig into it. And I mean, school isn't going to teach you history. I used to get kicked out of history in school because they'd bring a subject up, so I'd go and research it in my own fucking time. You know, the school had a goddamn library. I'm like, well, I might as well go and read about this. And so I'd fill out my fucking essay or whatever. I'd sit and write the damn thing down. And the teacher would get pissed because I'd fucking bring something he didn't want you to fucking talk about. I don't know. I still don't know why we give these people power. And to be honest, those people are giving too much power over themselves. I mean, it's before I kill this stream, you know, it's the fucking. I don't get the whole taking offence at things shit. It's what I mean. You know, when I was about, you could look at the back of the box and be like, no, I don't think I like that. But people just carry on. They'll buy the thing anyway, even though they know it's going to bother them, and then they'll get bothered by it. It's the thing, you know. You choose to get offended by it. If I say something to you that you don't fucking like, and you take offence at that, why? Why are you giving me that power over you? Because as soon as you tell me, I'm just going to do it more now. Because now I know I've got power over you. I can manipulate you, and it's only in a very limited capacity. I can just make you slightly annoyed or slightly upset. But you've just given my words power over you. You've just allowed me to fuck you around. And you've openly told me that. You've been offensive. Yes. Yeah, and you know what? Now I'm going to go out of my way to do it. Stop giving me that fucking power. Stop doing it. Like, you fucking try to stop people saying and doing these things. No, fuck off. Don't give it that power over you. Walk past it. Just carry on. Just act like it's not fucking there. Leave them to it. They're not fucking bothering you. People, they like it. They like being fucking bothered by it. They like having something to fucking throw a fit about. Like I say, it's the way that no one's any better than they are, because they allow them to do it. They let their words of "this offends me" have power over them. Done. Just fucking carry on with it like they're not fucking there. We should have just ignored these people from the start. You know, it goes back a long, long way. It's not a recent fucking thing. Like, you can see it goes back fucking decades at least. And we should have just ignored them from the very beginning and just been like, yeah, nah, fuck off. Like, you know, fuck off. to make our own informed decisions. Fuck off. Yeah, I'm gonna bail. I want to eat, so maybe I'll get a little bit of work done on my book before I go to sleep. Maybe not. Slow progress now, because, you know, chaptering and fucking formatting fixes and reading it aloud as well is a lot slower, because I have to make sure it flows right. And table of contents is going to spill over onto the next page, and then it's going to break layout, and I can't remember how to do the start page numbers from 0 again thing in Word 97, but I'll figure it out. It's not that hard. Hard to find documentation. I'll have to see if there's any books about Word 97, because I'd like to actually have books about it, because then they can't fucking remove it off the internet, and I can't lose it to a drive failure. They would exist. I remember them being on shelves in the 90s. I can't imagine they cost anything now, because who the fuck would want them? You know, I can't imagine them being bestsellers anymore and still being in print. But yeah, I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you. Because fucking Tomb Raider next time, I guess. Load of shit. Not looking forward to that.